Peter, how you doing?
Yo, I'm doing good.
Good to meet you, man. Nice necklace. Almost have the same one too, and wearing white as well, man. We're matching. We
Yeah,
didn't even plan for it.
we're twins from different countries.
Nice, man. Which part of the world are you called in from again?
I'm from Norway.
From
From
Norway?
yeah,
Nice, man. Nice, nice. What's happening out in Norway? Are you in like Oslo or?
yeah, correct. I just moved here the 1st of July actually, so pretty new in town and yeah, currently just getting used to the environment and yeah, figuring out how my day is gonna look forward.
Oh, okay. That's neat, man. That's neat. That's
Yeah,
pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I like that. And
yeah.
so with that being said, then how long have you been like in the remote space?
Um, yeah, I'm basically remote right now, and I've been for since June
Hmm.
because I'm currently working. I'm building an app.
Oh,
Uh,
cool. Yeah, you
yeah.
mentioned that to
So,
me. Yeah.
huh?
You mentioned that to me. I remember.
Yeah. So I'm just living off my savings right now. But I just got like interviews for a couple of service jobs. So. Uh, yeah, but I'm excited to see what this is and to see if I can implement like a remote closer job in my to to kind of be able to go everywhere and still working on the app while affording food and housing.
Of course, man. No, that's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, welcome, dude. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you officially on here. Ethan, I see you too. How you doing, bro?
Can you hear me, homie?
What
Yeah,
microphone, dude? What year are you calling in from?
2007 probably.
Oh my God. Dude, go. Are you on your data or you're using the Wi-Fi at your hotel?
No, this is I'm using the Wi-Fi that's supposed to be 200 megabytes per second, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can hear that it is.
It's noticeable. The legendary Antigua Guatemala's internet.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny. And Carlos, nice to meet you too, man.
What's up, bros?
Yes, called in from Guatemala as well too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, we got two
funnily enough,
people. Nice, man. We got two people calling in from Guatemala. We got Ethan
yeah,
from who's in Guatemala. We got Carlos. But Carlos, you're actually from Guatemala though, right?
yeah, I'm born, bred here. I'm going to die here for sure. Uh,
You
yeah,
already
and
have that
it's
confirmed? You already know?
yeah. I mean, do you know? I tend to have this inner joke with me and my friends that there's this book series called Dune, and the main guy is Paul Atreides, right? And
Hmm.
he has these prescient powers. He has visions, because of his expand mindset with the spice and his abilities. And I like to think that I'd have like a super basic version of that prescient power. So I just think I'm going to live 100, so I'm at least going to live 100. If it's more, it's good. If it's less, it's good too. But
That's
yeah, that's the
awesome.
goal too, being honest.
That's
Even
cool.
100 is like nothing. It's like nothing. But yeah, very happy to be here. I've been super active this past 2, 3 days in the community. Super powerful stuff. Very happy to be in touch with you. And with Ethan, it's such a funny coincidence, such a funny thing. I think he sent me a DM. He asked me, "Where are you from?" I'm in Guatemala, and he says, "Dude, I'm in Antigua." That's 2 hours away from me.
Yeah.
I live
I'm
in
at
the
the
city.
lake, bro.
Yeah, he
That's
stays in Laguna.
yeah.
So Laguna, I don't know. That's where he stays. And, super excited. Just gone through all the trainings, hopping on interviews. I actually just hopped on two past 2 hours.
Oh, did you? How'd they go?
It was interesting. The first one is this guy, Leon McEwan. He's an Irish fitness coach. He works in Dubai. He lives in Dubai.
Hmm.
And it's pretty small. It's those guidelines you send me in the chat are pretty killer. Just knowing how to spot like a killer offer. The thing is, he's just starting out. He's got his like sister doing setting for him. He's making 12K, which is totally fine. It's great. It's great per month, 12K even in Dubai, amazing. Um, but he wants to scale that to 50, 100K within like 2 years. Totally doable. But it's right now it's just like a pin on my mind because yeah, that's where I'm at. And an hour ago, I had a call with this lady, old lady, retired lady, 60 years old. She buys this course or program for Kyle Rogers. I'm sure you know him, this lead gen guy. You don't, well,
No, no
I
idea.
don't know if he's super known, but she buys this coaching program for him, and he basically like sets them up with setters, sets them up with closers, and I just basically declined within like 10 minutes because I knew it wasn't for me. Because she isn't, she's just all over the place. She's just starting out. She told me it's a founder's place. I know she doesn't know what she's doing, even if Kyle is at her side, which is completely fine. I mean, that's how we start. That's not my ideal offer. So that's where I'm at. And yesterday I had this call with Andres Fierro. He's an Latino American Legion business owner. And I think that's the best one for now. And it's B2B. He has the leads. He has literally thousands of leads on a sheet with the LinkedIn, with the Instagram, Facebook numbers. I would just have to get in touch with them, set them, and start with setting, move on to closing,
Mhm.
figure it out from there. So
That,
that's
that
the
that's
best
the
one
one
for
that you
now.
mentioned in the remote savage access, right? The one that you posted.
Actually, the one that I'm talking about is another one because I just got that yesterday. The one I was being really like sending huge messages about,
Mhm.
that's from Mark S. He owns 521 Web
Yep.
Design. It's a marketing company. And that one, as Ethan told me, just too many red flags. Honestly, I should have asked that way like 5 days ago before we had our second call. But before that second call, I couldn't get training and I couldn't get access to his actual lead gen process. So I couldn't even know. But the questions of how many salespeople, how long, how much money they make, the what else, MRRR that he
Yep.
refused to provide. I mean, that info I didn't even know to ask because I just was saying, I'll figure
Well,
it out
that
later. But
that's
now
what
I know.
that's why you joined the remote savage access team.
Yeah,
You have no
absolutely.
idea about these questions or so because you haven't been through the process long. Like, dude, I've been through the ringer, man.
Mhm.
I've been through the ringer over the last 10 years. So I know exactly like what to kind of look out for on a general offer. And there's so many people that are out there like that are saying like, hey, you can come be an appointment setter, or hey, you can come be a closer. But you guys, like being commission only, you're very vulnerable. Like honestly, like you're super vulnerable because it's hard to be protected like by different like laws and payments, and like people don't have to pay for every like 2 weeks or a month. Like Ethan and I both worked for a client who literally paid us every single week. Like we were pretty fortunate because he was super like, hey, as soon as money came in, he threw it out the door right away.
Okay.
And yeah, because that was like one of his ways of keeping people and retaining people was literally just paying people on time because they're all commission based. Because he's like, hey, I'm not paying you a salary. I'm not paying any of you guys a base. Like literally, like here, as soon as money comes in the door, as soon as a wire hits after 2 days, money goes straight into our accounts. So it's one of those things when you're applying for gigs or you're applying for jobs, just little like red flags or things just to keep in the back of your mind. But I like how Carlos, you kind of differentiated between like people that are starting out brand new versus people who are a bit more seasoned. You found out with a guy that was making $12,000 out in Dubai who's having his sister set. Hey, like they're really good, they're very energetic. Like, hey, they have this great plan, but it might not be the right time for you right now in order to join their team. Well,
Yeah.
12K a month, like, hey, a lot of people wish that they were making 12K a month, like around the world. Like that's really good. In Dubai, it's like it's kind of like Vancouver a little bit. Like, hey, like it's decent, but like you still can't do everything that you want with 12K a month in Dubai.
Yeah.
And he probably will want to put maybe about, I'm going to say 75 to 80% of the money that he does make straight back into the business. So for payments and such that he ends up getting, if he ends up bringing a setter on or someone else that he's paying out of pocket, it's actually going to cost him a lot because it's that beginner phase. Whenever you're under $50,000 a month as a business, you really like honestly like for the high ticket space, you might need just one person. So if he has his sister working for him, that's absolutely cool. That's fine, but you don't really need someone else there. There's not enough work to be honest. There's not enough work,
Yeah.
there's not enough leads, and like you'll end up getting bored and maybe a little bit resentful of the offer, which is the worst thing to do. As soon as you start
Mhm.
feeling a little bit resentful or that the offer is just like, like you start to book some appointments, but then things don't end up closing because they don't have their proof of concept already developed. So they don't have that like lead flow function. Like, hey, if 100 people come in, 100 leads come in, how are you going to react to that? If you're making 12,000 per month, you're not going to really be able to react to that because you don't have the systems in place, because you don't have that proof of concept developed to be able to handle that many people. If you start booking calls for him, dude, just as an example, because is it all outbound roles these are, or there's some flux of inbounds?
Sure. So with Leon, from my understanding, from a couple of questions I asked and from the info he provided, I actually got some notes here. Let me see. If you'd like, I can actually share my screen if that's okay, just so you can actually read the stuff instead of me just reading it out. Super boring. So
Give
you
me
tell me.
1 second. Boom, you should be allowed now.
Perfect. So yeah, this is the notes I have on Leon, British guy, and he's paying a salary, which is good, $8 per hour. But the thing is that at the very beginning, he's looking to say, oh, you're going to work 2, 3 hours, which if you do it every single day a month, that's like 630. But it's very hard to do anything with 2, 3 hours. I mean, you want full time because you never want to have, especially in DMs only. I mean, you need to be super on top of things. So I would never do 2, 3 hours. I mean, I would need to be 6, 8, 10, 12, because that's what you need. So the 10% commission is pretty good, 1,500 to 2,500. It's B2C, it's fitness coaching. Um, the following is pretty small, 4K in IG, 500 on FB, YouTube, quite small, less than 200. I say he's a one-man team, 12K MRR, goal 50K, DMs only, and he would like to get someone for phone and closing. That's what I have. So it's, to me, it's like an okay offer, maybe more for a newbie, but I mean, I have the information here just to have it. And Ethan, I saw you waved your hand. I don't know if you want to ask something.
For this one specifically, dude, like honestly, if you have like, because it doesn't look like it's that much work,
Yeah,
and honestly, if he has some of the systems, like say if you get onboarded, for example, and you do like maybe, I don't know, like an hour and a half or 2 hours or something, and does he have like any set like KPI goals for you, or you guys
yeah.
didn't get there yet?
Yeah, actually, I told him, he asked me my experience with, for example, cold, outbound, with general lead flow. And I told him, which is true, that the very first client I had with the Anson brothers, back then in IG, we used to do this clone lead gen, um, with this clone lead gen strategy where I set up literally like 10 clone accounts. That's a fucking mess. I never want to go back to that because it was really bad. But I mean, top days, I used to send like literally 500, 600 cold DMs, just looking them up through other competitors in the dating space. Average was like 300 in the very first like 2 months.
Was that using
So
their pages or your own pages?
I had to make them, I had to make fake emails. I had to make fake, well, clone accounts,
Okay.
posting as them and posting their content, posting their stuff, their videos, their reels, their pictures,
Okay.
and with like 10 different things. We used to do Facebook, we used to do IG, just a mess. It was way too much
It
because
sounds like such a mess. Like I remember our client, they both Ethan and I worked for a guy named Valentino. I
uh-huh.
remember when I started setting with him in the first couple of months, and then he wanted me to like post like stories or do posts or whatever, and I
Yeah,
I literally
exactly.
I literally almost lost it at him when he asked me to post stories for him when I was setting. I'm like, dude, I'm not your VA, bro. Like it's not happening.
Yeah,
I'm here to
that's
set and book appointments. I'm not here to post stories for you, essentially. So yeah, man, you gotta have some boundaries for that one. But
for
yeah,
sure.
no, go on.
Sure. So I did that because it was the very first thing. And I also, since I worked as a VA for them for 3 months, I basically had done that. So I knew how to do it really quickly. But it was a numbers game for sure. I mean, it was so small, less than 1% success rate for booking, just a complete mess. So that's my experience. With Leon, he told me, yeah, I'm looking to handle like 50 DMs a day, 100 DMs a day within that 2, 3 hour thing. So that's why I say that's okay. That's like a part-time thing, but I'm not looking for part-time. I'm just looking for something really, really next level, which is the latest offer I have. which is Andres Fierro, which I was just farting around on Messenger, checking the setters group, which is the setting group that you, Evan, sent me the Skool community link to.
Mhm.
And this guy just posted, I'm looking for US and Canada-based people only. But I said, I don't care. Let's send him a DM. Dude, I'm in Guatemala. Would you count me in? And yeah, we had a conversation. He basically sent me this information. He's looking for phone setters, sales closers. I would like to start as a phone setter. And he has the leads. He scraped them from wherever. He has all their contact info. I haven't seen this, but he told me I have no reason to distrust him so far. He has their LinkedIn, their IG, their phone number, their whatever. So, I mean, ideally, I am looking to, as you said, Evan, yesterday on your comments, that he who leverages DM and phone setting is like next level, So I can do that for sure. Just finding a way to maybe create a touch point through another contact other than just cold calling, because cold calling is like 2% success rate. I mean, way too little. I'd rather opt that with a touch point through another contact method before the call and
Mhm.
then set them for the closer. And there's no base from what I hear, but the commission structure is pretty interesting. It's $100 focusing on setting for each appointment and closed, plus a bonus. And I don't remember the specifics. I think he said for every 30K, you get 1,000. I don't know, something
Okay.
like that. So
Okay.
there's
Okay.
bonuses.
So it's a mix between outbounds and inbounds then, because he has a lead list.
He has a big lead list, from what I hear,
Big
and
lead
it's
list?
insurance brokers. It's B2B. It's pretty interesting. It's Latino people like me, Spanish, English. I'm going to focus mostly on English simply because I want to practice my English more. And it's really
Classic
interesting.
Latin Americans, bro. Because I lived in Mexico for a couple years. Whenever I would try to speak Spanish to people, whatever there, dude, they always try to speak English. I'm like, no, dude, I'm trying to practice. Like, so practice
Yeah.
that. Like, let me just practice a little bit. But they always want to just go to English all the time. And I'm like, how am I supposed to get better Spanish if everyone just tries to speak English to me all the time? But that's besides the point. All right, so I think a mix of both of those, man. Like you don't have to just say yes to like only one role. For example, Ethan can attest to that. Ethan works on a couple of different roles, and I once worked on three roles all at once.
Mm.
Like three whole roles that I worked on. I did um two closing roles. So one was a part-time closing role, one was almost like a full-time closing role as well. And then I did another part-time appointment setting role as well, through a credit card company that did like processing and such like that. And I got paid for every single appointment that I booked as well, which was a kind of a nice gig, but it was strictly only LinkedIn, and it was outbounds with my own profile, which was kind of odd because you should be using a company one, but it is what it is at the end of the day. If you make
Yeah.
money doing it, then you make money doing it. Honestly, dude, like, what's your gut feeling tell you about this last offer then with Andres?
Sure. So being honest with Andres, I think that you do have to listen to your heart. Like Ethan said, he sent me a beautiful voice note yesterday, I think on IG or on WhatsApp, I don't know. And he even said it in Spanish, tú tienes que escuchar a tu corazón. Yeah, come on. That's interesting. And that's true. That's very true because you have to listen to your gut. You have
You
to
do,
listen
man.
to your
Sorry,
heart.
sorry, I'm laughing. I just picture him saying it, and sorry,
He
I'm
has
just
good
laughing.
Spanish, he's great, he's
No,
good. I
don't
mean,
say that out loud, dude. Don't say that publicly. This is recorded. I don't want that on file of you saying that he has good Spanish. But anyway,
why
he does. He
not?
has great Spanish. He's good. He's good. Yes, go on.
Sure.
You made me
So
cry. You already made me cry, dude, with after you
that's
repeat that because I
nice.
can already picture him saying it. That's so funny.
That's
All
good,
right, go on.
man. So with Andres, we were just talking, had like a 30
Oh,
minute call,
yeah.
and he didn't like fully onboard me. That's supposed to happen tomorrow at 6:30 my time.
Mhm.
But gut feeling, it's good. Last night it was 12 a.m. and my mind was just racing. Like I could do this with LinkedIn through his leads, because the thing that I don't want is I don't want to hunt leads anymore, because that's such a grind, and I've been through the meat grinder for so long. I'd rather just focus on actually setting and hunting deals instead of leads, and
Yep.
hunting money instead of hunting possibilities of money in the future. So the simple fact that he has so many leads, from what he says, it's such a boon to me. It's like such a interesting thing to me. I had never worked with such a thing before. And also he mentioned, I asked him his MRRR,
Mhm.
and he told me that he has two guys. He has one, they're both Spanish, doing only Spanish. One setter, one closer, insurance broker, selling 2K packages of leads to insurance brokers, and they have made 15K, for the company these past 3 weeks. The money they have made, I don't know, but 3 weeks, I mean, that's fine. He hired 2 more people yesterday, I think, or at least onboarded them on the group.
Mm.
So being honest, this is the top one. I
Okay.
have my ranking. I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Nice, man. That's good. That's good. Well, that's what it starts with. Exactly what Ethan mentioned as well too. And I literally will say this as well, especially in the remote savage access, man. You get a gut feeling because you're gonna start to talk to more people, but you need to come from a place of abundance as well.
Yeah.
The skill sets that you guys are delivering, especially for yourself, Peter, and even Ethan knows that. Rajay, nice to meet you, dude. I see you in here. The big thing to know is that you're giving your time. You're giving probably your most precious resource, and it is your time, essentially. And that's why I literally say to go through the trainings, go through the remote sales blueprint, and I'm going to be adding quite a few different things inside of the community too coming up, just to give you guys more and more resources. Because honestly, man, one of the reasons why I really wanted to start this community and what really pissed me off last year was because when I was closing last year, it was last August. I was out in Vietnam. I was in Hanoi. I was super hot on the phone at this time, man. Like I was closing at around a 94, 95% clip on the phone for offers between 2 to 10K. Ethan, or no, 3 to 10K. Ethan can attest to that. It was pretty much every person that would show up on the call with me would end up closing throughout this August. I think I had like 23 or 24 closes in 25 calls. It was absolutely 25 show ups, not even just 20, but that was just people showing up. It was an absolute insane time. And so I was looking for new gigs. I had 20 closes myself that month. Yeah, he set like 20 closes just for me that month too. And there was barely any calls. There was like 25. I was so mad that month because there was no calls and I was fucking firing away that month. And so I was trying to look for a new part-time gig on the side. I don't know if you guys ever heard. Have you guys ever heard of a guy named Brad Lee before? He's kind of big on social.
No,
Yeah, he's got
not
like
yet.
4 or 5 million followers or so. He's in like, do you know who Andy Elliott is?
Yeah, him I know. Bald
Yeah,
guy,
yeah.
super high
Both,
energy. I
both,
don't like
both.
him.
Yeah, yeah. Both Brad and Andy, they kind of like they work together sometimes or so. But Brad's been in the game for quite a while, and so he's like, hey, I'm looking for closers or whatnot. I'm like, you know what? Like, I might as well just jump in. Like, hey, I'm interviewing closers, so I jump in, go for like the interview or whatnot. And the second that I hop on to the interview, there's no like, dude, I've been closing, I've been in the sales space, especially online marketing for over 10 years. There is no way, and there was no set questions or anything that would think of me that this was going to be a closing call or a sales call. So he gets me on for this interview, and within 10, 15 minutes of his interview person, the first like maybe question or two that he starts asking me are qualifying questions. And I'm like,
Mm.
okay, like what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, this is just like straight interview. Then he goes into qualifying questions, and I'm like, you know what? I'll play around. Like I'll just go through the list of the qualifying questions. Dude, the guy literally starts to pitch me in 9 minutes for a $6,000 training program. I am fucking cold as fuck. I have no idea about the offer. I have no idea what they're doing, what they're even going about. But he's trying to close me for a $6,000 training so that he can place me within one of his own companies. And I thought that that was just the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. The most pyramid scheme, garbage thing that I've ever heard was
Hmm.
someone literally you're paying $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 without getting any sort of training, without getting any sort of mentorship, anything along those lines, just so that you can then work for one of his companies. It was the most ridiculous thing. And people fall for that every single day. And that was kind of a
Yeah.
light bulb moment for me last August. I'm like, you know what? Like, all these people that are coming on here, you guys are like literally risking your own time essentially. And you guys could also be wasting your time as a setter, as a closer, with really bad offers or people that just don't have your guys' best intentions at heart, and you guys are vulnerable. There's not as many laws for protections for like setters and closers and remote based work as well. So you have to be very careful about who you work with in your due diligence. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to create this group, because so many times I see people just either quit or leave because they end up working for a very bad offer, and they think that that is kind of the sum of everyone that works in this space, which is absolutely not true. There's scumbags in every single industry that's out there, but there's not enough kind of either trainings or lookabouts or even content that's out there for you guys to kind of see what the red flags are for offers, because you guys should be qualifying a lot of these business owners as well. Just like what I mentioned to you, Carlos, in the remote savage access. Like, hey, it's very simple. In order for you to know that an offer is legit, and you can you can build rapport with the owner. Like, hey, don't think anything of it. Like, go in with a very clear mind, but literally in the back of your head, like, answer all their questions, be super fluid, be super efficient with it, answer all of their questions. But in the back of your head, you have to remember, hey, like, you want to make sure that their systems work, because if their systems don't work, how is their system going to work in order to pay you money? That's the number one thing. If their communication sucks, if how they ended up getting on the meeting is not very fluent, how their onboarding process, their videos, and everything that leads up to the meeting, if that's not all fluent, then how is it going to be fluent for them to give you your money after you've made them money? It's not going to be
Yes.
fluid. It's not going to be easy. I've been, pardon me, fucked over a few times with a few different offers because I didn't see the red flags. And that's why I've made Remote Sales 101. That's why I've made a lot of these trainings for you guys, so that you guys don't make the same mistakes that I did that have literally costed me hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally hundreds of thousands of dollars of my own time and of my own money learning this stuff. So that's why I brought this here for you guys too. And I'm super happy that both you guys have hopped on here as well. I think this is might be the first call that Dave hasn't been on here, which is kind of funny, but I think he's on vacation with his family.
Mhm.
And then Arkham, I wanted to really do a big emphasis on for this week, because I've seen how hard that kid's work. He's 20 years old. He's from Qatar, and he joined the Remote Savage Access last week. And within 7 days, he landed his first ever job within 7 days, his first ever remote gig. And I'm super, super stoked for him. I'm super happy for the kid, because I wanted him to tell his story on how he got it, because he dropped his phone in a lake and he still ended up getting a job. He literally lost all communication, lost his phone in a lake. It slipped out of his pocket or something like that when he was traveling with his family. And he still landed an interview with literally just like, he has a dingy laptop, and he landed an interview, and he landed a remote gig, which is what he wanted for literally weeks. He was trying so hard. He switched a few things up. And as soon as he switched a few things up, he literally got a gig, and he couldn't even say yes to the offer because he didn't have like a data service through his laptop. It was just so funny how he was able to was able to get it. But I wish he was on here to tell that story. But I'll get him to repeat it for yourself inside of the Remote Savage Access, though, Carlos. But here,
Sounds
let me
great,
just
man.
show
Thank
you
you.
guys my screen real quickly here, and I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of a rundown of like the community, what it looks like, since there's a lot more members that are active on here. We crossed 100 members about 2 days ago, which is pretty dope as well. But I want to give you guys a little bit of a rundown of what it kind of looks like from the inside here, just so that this video is saved so that other people can see this, and I could chop this up just so as a little bit of an intro as well here. So you guys see here some of the pin posts. You guys see Ethan, like, I was with him when he closed $5,000 at a music festival. He got a notification. We had crappy Wi-Fi at this music festival out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, Wisconsin. And he got a notification. It's like, hey, I just got to close. Hey, I just got a $5,000 close while at a music festival. And I'm like, dude, that's perfect. Like, share it in the community. Like, it's just funny. It's just funny little things that you can just do. But that's what a remote lifestyle affords you to be able to do. Literally going to see one of your favorite rock bands. I think it was in the middle of one of his favorite shows that he wanted to see in like for the last 10, 15 years. And he got a notification on his phone saying that, oh, he made a sale from one of the appointments that he booked, which was pretty cool. Then down here you see like, hey, it's gotten so much more active, just like what you mentioned, Carlos, over the last couple of days. Huge activity happening here, going through the remote sales blueprint as well. There's Sharik, there's Sylvie, there's Herman that's in here as well. Ethan, there's Rage. I see you, Rage, as well. You just joined in a little bit late. I see you in here too. Good to meet you, dude. And yeah, so just hopping into the classroom over here, there's a few different programs. Mine's going to look a little bit different than your guys's because everything's all unlocked for me. But here you guys see the remote sales blueprint to hop in there. I think all of you guys have kind of gone through that. I think, Peter, you still have to go through the first few steps that are in here. There's some action steps as well. It's a really good starter point too. And you can kind of do this at the same time when you've started doing your serving jobs, serving positions as well. And I think that it would be a huge benefit for you to, Peter, not only to do this for yourself so that you can start doing something either part-time on the side as well to go along with your serving position as well as with the application, but you can pick up different tactics within the remote sales blueprint, Peter, that you can use for your app as well so that you can get more traffic for your app too. It's not just one-dimensional training. Then, of course, there's the level 3 unlock, which is the World Savage Access, where you get 90% off your first month if you get up to the level 3 as well. Carlos just joined yesterday too, and he's already kind of active in there. So I just want to give a quick shout out to Carlos for actually like taking action and really starting to hone in and follow his dreams. He's already getting 4 or 5 interviews all at once, which is so cool to see. Then there's the weekly remote sales expo. That's what these calls are. So all these calls are recorded. They all get uploaded into here because I saw that a couple of you guys had note takers and stuff that wanted to hop on here and record the calls. All the calls are recorded on here, and you can find them all within the weekly sales expo in here. Then here's the 30K call reviews. All of these calls I review myself, and they're all live closes. There's about 7 or 8 of them that are in here. These are all live closes that I've done, not edited at all. I didn't use those voice changer things that you see on social media that people use for like flashy closes or so. Because most of those, I'm just going to give you guys a little insight. Most of those are fake, and they're either like friends or brothers or their parents that are their voices that are in there. These are all real calls, real live calls, and $30,000 worth of calls that are in there. Then there's the World Savage Access in here. I think there's one of the discounts that I'm still doing for about 5 or 6 more that are in there. Then there's the $100,000 remote masterclass that you get at level 5. I'm currently recording that one. It's going to be full of absolutely stellar goodies, literally by someone who's made over $100,000 with remote commissions, aka myself, in a year. So I want to show you guys everything in order to make sure that you guys get to at least 6 figures a year. And this is a free, going to be a free 2-hour masterclass that's going to be hit once you guys hit level 5. Once you guys hit level 5, you guys get that one for free. Then there's the 90% off the 30K call review. So there's the 30K call reviews here. Then there's 90% off once you hit the level 7. Once you hit level 7 in the community, then I know you're serious, you're super active, and you've given a lot to the community as well. I want to give a lot back to you guys too. So you can literally get 30K worth of closes for like $50, which is absolutely, for me, that's absolutely insane. I would have hopped onto that like 8-9 years ago, saved myself so much time. Then there's the level 9, which is a huge swag bag. I'll go into that. I'll probably make a video on this one specifically, but I want to make you guys, for anyone that gets the level 9, and this is going to be in partnership with the Remote Sales Mastery, which is another program I'm currently making right now. And you guys are literally going to get a whole big swag bag, big certificate, but almost more importantly, I want to make you guys a customized like WWE, WWF style belt that you guys can wear as soon as you guys either get to level 9 or as soon as you guys can prove that you've made over $10,000 in commissions in a single month. I want to be able to send you guys a huge, nice replica belt that you guys can wear. Like not the cheap, like $50, $100 ones, literally the $600, $700, like pretty much like replica belts. I want to send you guys like literally solid iron, whatever, the huge solid ones, because I want you guys to really feel super accomplished that you guys did something with this. And I think it's a very different thing than what most people are doing in our online marketing space as well. And I think that it'd be pretty cool because you guys can literally show that around and have it almost as like not quite as like a bragger thing, but like as a sense of accomplishment that of something that you guys have been able to hit for yourself. And as a reminder too, like me, I have my literally, I got last year when I was in Tokyo, I got a gold day date from there. And it's literally as a reminder for me that I made $1 million in high ticket sales. And that's why I got this. And even though that I spent quite a bit of money on it, dropped over 16K on it, but I wear this daily as a reminder that, hey, I've closed over $1 million high ticket before. I know my value. I know my worth. That's what this reminder is. And that's why I want to get you guys that belt as well as a reminder of your guys' excellence that you guys have already jumped over 10K per month too. Then over here is the 10K per month setter master plan, which you guys get unlocked as well, I believe, at level 4. So this is a really, really great program. This is ran by Ethan. We kind of went through this last week as well. So you guys can watch the video from last week in the Remote Sales Expo where Ethan dove pretty well head first into this. and gives a ton of value on how you guys can get to $10,000 per month as a setter. And that program is for free as well once you get to level 4 too. But if you're in the Remote Savage Access, you can ask me for early access to this, and I'll get you in for early if you're already in the Remote Savage Access as well. So just wanted to show you guys a little bit of that inside there. I know we got a few minutes left, but I just want to see here the map as well for where all you guys are from. This map is starting to get pretty full, and I'm really, really proud of where a lot of you guys are from too. So we got so many people from the States that are inside here. We got myself, who's out in Vancouver, a few people though over in the Vancouver zone, one out in Victoria. I know one of the members, I think it's Harnam. I'm not 100% sure. He's from Delta, so he's literally across the river almost from me. Out in Calgary, over in the United States, Mexico as well, Guatemala. Where are you, Carlos? I thought you're supposed to be over here somewhere.
No clue why I'm not there, but I'm in the city, smack dab in the middle of it. So I have to
All
check
good.
my
All
location.
good, man. All good. We got some members over in Dominican Republic as well, some South America. South Africa. I know Sitwambe, who goes by Happy, who's inside of this community. He also landed a remote gig literally, I think, a week or week and a half ago or so, just by going through Remote Sales Blueprint as well, which I was pretty stoked to see. He's out from South Africa. He's literally 19 years old, too. Great, great kid. Sri Lanka, we got Europe all represented. All the way, guys, all the way. Even Japan, we got represented. Australia, I think we also do. Let me move my. Yep, Australia, we got a couple there. Like, guys, like it's absolutely crazy how much this community has grown over the last few weeks as well. And I'm super stoked for you guys to be here and to be a part of this process. It's only just beginning as well. We just crossed 100 just literally a couple days ago when I just made a 37 member post, maybe about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. So this community is already starting to grow at pretty well a lightning speed. And I'm super excited for that. And I see Ethan's comments down here. Let me just check in here. Personally did $136,000 in closes that month. While Evan closed them, I set for I set for him nice. And we had no calls. Yeah, we literally had no calls. I'm just checking the chat right now. We had no calls that month. That's why I was so mad. And I was looking for new offers. We literally had no calls that month. And I was closing at a 94, 95% clip. It was absolutely insane that month. Usually my closing rate is around, I did the calculations for 2023, 2024, and this year, it's around 71, 72%, when the industry standard is around maybe 18, 19% is industry standard, 1 out of 5. So you can kind of see the intensity that I have for my calls and that I just want to perfect this craft as much as possible. But yeah, for you guys, like I think that we have about a minute or a couple minutes left. Did you guys have any questions for me before we hop off to here? I know that this one was a little bit more going over Carlos's offers and stuff like that as well. But Peter, did you have any questions on the forefront for your mind? I know that that was a lot of information.
Yeah, I mean, I just went through the blueprint course, so I just need a little more time to just uh, yeah, get wrapped around what you can offer and how I can benefit from it. So
For sure, man, for sure. Well, that's the big
yeah,
thing is to go through the action steps that are in there, exactly like Carlos. And you can go through and even Rage going through the action steps as well. They don't take very long. Like literally, like I think Carlos went pretty deep into a lot of them, but I think Rage might have did his in like literally like maybe less than an hour or something like that. And it's really going to set you apart because as soon as you're done the remote, as soon as you're done the blueprint, then I can recommend you to other roles as well. So I have a whole big list. I have a whole personal list of people who have gone through the blueprint, people that are in the remote savage access, and there's a whole list of people that I volunteer for roles from businesses that I'm getting into the community as well, with at least 50K MRR. So at least they're making $50,000 per month as well. So over $500,000 a year, so that you guys aren't wasting your time either. But I see that the time is running out on here, guys. I just want to say, uh, let's fucking nail it for this week, guys. I'm fucking stoked for you guys for this week. Peter, head through the blueprint as well. Do the action steps that are in there. Carlos, I'll see you on the remote savage access. Let me know, give us some feedback on the interviews that you've gone through on there too. And Rage, I'll send you a message on Skool as well too, dude. Get to know you a little bit better as well, okay? And Ethan, have a good rest of your day in Guatemala as well. Guys, stay fucking tight, stay fucking savage. Let's hit it hard this week.
Appreciate it.